Recently, I had a brief exchange with someone online who may be a voter in District 48, but I'm not 100% sure. He commented on one of my video posts with a very unhelpful comment that I deleted. He commented again a few days later on the same post, essentially threatening me with taking a screenshot of his previous comment. I deleted his second comment and messaged him directly. He replied back at length in one of the most narcissistic, self-entitled messages I've received in a long time. Now, for the sake of transparency, wherever I post this video, I will do my best to put screenshots of his message in the comments. But as a result of his message, we both had some questions, and I have some answers. I do wonder if people are ever going to learn that when they message me, it just gives me something to make content out of. It's interesting how criticism has now been co-opted to meaning just being negative, almost for the sake of just to be negative. Whenever I think of criticism, I go back to my education, which is in film. Criticism is meant to be objective and analytical and even nuanced. Plenty of film critics, and this can be applied to any art and politics, share their opinions about why something is not working, but also why something is working. Any negative criticism should be couched in the goal of trying to help show or teach someone how to make improvements. You literally have on your Facebook page, elevate one another. We have been, again in air quotes, friends on Facebook for months. You've had plenty of opportunities to communicate with me either by email or by phone. I am fine with back and forth conversation because I do believe dialogue is healthy. But you're not giving me actual helpful criticism. You are not commenting on any of my videos or policy ideas explaining why something makes sense or why something may be flawed. And if you're not going to do that, I am not obligated to leave your hateful comments up on my post. This plague of elitism from the Democrats needs to stop. A lot of voters in this country have made it clear they are tired of the Democrats being snobs who do nothing but lecture them. And I know that I can be guilty of this as well. But at least I recognize it and I try to course correct or acknowledge when counter-establishment Democrats are breaking through. Right now, the Democratic candidate for the Maine Senate seat is an oyster farmer who didn't finish college. The most well-known Democrat in the House was working as a bartender before being elected to represent her district in the Bronx. You're Ivy League educated? Good for you. So is Chief Justice John Roberts, and I called him a white supremacist. The beauty of the Constitution is there is no litmus test for education or background or work experience for being a member of the House. All that is required is to live in the state and be 25 years of age, both of which I have done for the last 15 years. If you believe that the best candidate is someone that has a specific background or education and you choose to vote for that person, that is your right as an American citizen. But it's also the right of every American citizen to choose who they want to vote for because maybe they might want someone who comes from a different background or who has a different education or a different work experience. You don't get to choose who is or is not qualified. Neither do I. The voters decide. That's why we have a democracy. Some people have different time and resources and energy and skills at engaging in community outreach in their own way. The things you have done are attributed to you being yourself. I am not you, and you are not me. I am no one but myself. And as someone who has seen up close and in person sexism, racism, homophobia, and transphobia, I have done my best to accept that everyone has the right to be who they are, and I don't get to tell them how to live their lives, and neither do you. As far as what I've done, in 2020, when we were stuck in our homes during the pandemic, My husband said to me one night out of the blue, "I think I want to be president of the Palm Springs Gay Men's Chorus." He had been singing with them for nearly 10 years and had served on the board before. I asked him the same thing when he asked me to marry him 5 years earlier. "Are you sure?" Thankfully, he said yes both times. One of the last things he accomplished as president was getting the Palm Springs Gay Men's Chorus as the inaugural resident artists at the Plaza Theater. My husband and I also donated thousands of dollars and got our names on one of the seats as a thank you for helping bring the Plaza Theater back to the community of Palm Springs. And we even got a plaque. And by the way, all of the accomplishments during my husband's time as president weren't done single-handedly. It was done with a lot of work put in by the artistic director, other board members, chorus members, and volunteers. The money raised by the chorus doesn't just go into productions. It also goes into local outreach, including school supplies for children and grants to gay-straight alliances at local middle schools and high schools. And as president, he held a lot of board meetings and fundraisers at our home. And my job was to support him and make sure everything went smoothly at our home and that our guests were taken care of so that the chorus could raise money and achieve its goals, because the chorus is a bright spot in this community. That's what I did. And after 4 years, when his term was up, my husband was ready to support my run for Congress. And when I told some of the members and friends in the chorus that I was running for Congress, they were happy because they got to know me over the years, and they knew that I was running because I wanted to help my community. I want to protect our community from the Republican Party. That's not me being selfish. Selfishness is running in a district that you don't live in because the lines got redrawn in your favor and you can now go to Congress while openly disrespecting the community of Palm Springs. Selfishness is diminishing a person's education and desire to help because they don't meet the standards that apparently you and you alone get to set. I don't do anything I don't believe. I believe my ideas are the best, and I don't believe a 3-time loser who is riding the coattails of his failed campaigns and his girlfriend's money is the best person to represent our community. I'm not going to quit and just let him win. If I lose, then I lose. But you know what? It may be a small amount of people, but people in this community who have known me for years will vote for me because they know that I actually want to represent them. And at the end of the day, I can look my dad and my husband in the eyes, again, both of whom have cancer, and I can tell them I tried my best and that I didn't quit. What have I done for my community? I looked up one day and saw that Palm Springs lost its Democratic representative because of an outdated, uncreative system of government. I saw where the Democratic Party is failing, and I had ideas to help. Ideas because I don't have Ideas because I don't have the traditional education or background that most people in government have. And frankly, that is an asset. Congress is full of lawyers. They need creative thinkers like me. So I decided that in order to help our community and our country, I decided to run for Congress. That's what I'm doing. What are you doing for this community? As far as I can tell, nothing except being a condescending, unhelpful, elitist jerk. So fuck off and keep your eyes open.